Hey guys, Eclipse14 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Brave Fencer Musashi. Alright, so begins Chapter 2, and we are off to the village, because there's nothing else we need to do here. So, let's make our way out, and have this cool little scene of zip-lining with swords on the gondola rail. Just awesome stuff. Crashed again.
This is Grillin' Village? Let's see what I can find out. But first, I'm kinda hungry. Better eat before I starve. Come to think of it, I haven't had anything since... I better get some grub first.
Alright, let's just make our way down to the village. Just go down this path. This will load down. And here's the village. Now, there's several buildings we can access, and the first one we're going to cover is this one right here. This is the bakery, which is relatively simple and covers Bincho point items.
Welcome! Are you new to this area?
Yeah, I'm Musashi. I'm staying at the palace.
Oh, how lucky! So, may I help you?
Alright, each of the shops have 3 selections. We're going to start with Come to Talk first, which mentions this. After 5 days, bread and milk will spoil. And that is the truth. However, with the milk's kind of weird, because if you hold it longer as old milk, it'll turn into yogurt, which ends up becoming a pretty decent healing item. But in this case, there's not really anything we totally need. It's just a slow increase of just about everything. And of course, the Great Bread is a full Bincho point recovery at this point, but that won't be relevant later on. I am going to need a rye bread for later in the games, and might be next episode, if all things considered, which it should not spoil by then. So that's the bakery. Moving on ahead, there's this place, which is the general store, and I gotta wait till it's 10 before it opens, and away we go. You'll be in here a lot more than a bakery. Just a heads up.
Welcome! Haven't seen you before. I'm Musashi. I'll be hanging around this town for a while.
Is that so? Have you met my son, Tim? And what do you need?
Whoops. I hit circle on accident. Anyway, so the gel is the HP healing stuff. Of course, the sea drink does a little BP, but that's more HP than anything. The S Revive, that's the only one you can get in the entire game. And that's something you want to hold off until you reach the end of the game, where that would actually serve as something of importance. The mint wakes you up halfway. As you know, the tire gauge is at 3%, which it'll affect your performance, and it becomes incredibly so once it gets over 70. Antidotes for poison, which isn't totally necessary, and cheese is actually not a bad item. Not going to get one just yet, though, although I will pick up 2 gels. I think they'll be necessary in case I screw up a bunch, which might happen. Who knows? You tell me something. How the heck should I know? I've only been in here for, what, an hour? If that? Okay, so anyway, this is the toy shop, which is mainly just for 100% completion purposes. I'll probably come here when I have an assload of drans and don't have anything else to do. So, that's really the only thing necessary there. This is the inn. 24-hour service like every other inn in any game.
Welcome. Oh, staying here by yourself?
Yeah, I'm Musashi. I'm on a journey.
How admirable for such a small child. You must be about the same age as my daughter, Mint. Anyways, make yourself at home.
In which case, I'll mention this again, which, much like Tim, they're doing something weird. But anyway, this is the only way you can save the game outside of chapter completion, so expect to be here quite often. As for sleeping, It's a small heal of HP and BP for each one. 203 is a complete heal along with antidote if necessary. I said antidote removal, that makes no sense. It's poison removal. And of course 204 is a little HP and BP just to move for 3 hours. And of course 205 and 206 are occupied and you can talk to them with the chat option. And that's really about it here. And the last place of concern is the appraisal shop, which you'll come here a little often. Obviously it'll be closed, so no issue here. So what to do now is head to the mayor's house, which is this place. Let me hit R2, and I think it's square that activates. Yep, square. No, but I do. Kind of an over-exaggeration of thoughts. May as well do it. Oof. What the heck? Okay, so there's two ways to handle this. First is to wait until sunset and sneak by who's guarding it now, or hit a certain Bincho Field. Which, speaking of, we're gonna go ahead and cover a couple of them right now. Starting with this passage, which leads to absolutely nothing but your very first Bincho Field. Well, if you go this way anyway. So head on over there, and there is this nice green diamond. That's what a Bincho Field is.
Bincho Field! Better get him out!
So, hit it with Lumina, fusion does nothing, and that is the first one saved in Honker Stakewood. Full restoration of BP, plus a max gain of 5, which is pretty cool. Now, that guy isn't totally necessary to mention because I know how to cover the longevity berries. To deal with the Minkus and get the berries, you have to wait until absolute darkness, so 22 o'clock to 5 o'clock. In that time period, I'm going to head over here because the next Bincho Field's this way, and the only important one for this section. Anyway, in the dead of night, you will find your Minku. What you need to do is simply grab it, lift it, and yeet it. And that will get you your longevity berry. Just make sure it is able to spawn before it ends up hitting sunrise, and just after it turns total darkness. Otherwise, it will not show up. Anyway, this Bincho Field is the important one. Break this one, you get access to guard Lumpwood, who will deal with Twin Peak Mountain for you. With that, whenever you need to head to the Twin Peak Mountain region, all you have to do is just bump into him, and he'll just give you access without issue. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and also whack away at you. There's the first level up in the game, which I should mention. There's 4 things to level up, and there's a complete level cap of 30, but over the course of the game, it's small level caps at a time that increase by 8. So our current level cap is currently 8, and after some time it'll hit 16, then 24, and then 30. So the overall cap of 30 isn't really that hard to hit, but getting the early caps can be. Well, just depends on how long you grind your butt off. I hope I can reach it, but we'll see what happens. As for leveling up the 4 abilities, Body, which I just happened there, is total kill count. Mind is simply running around minding your own business. And Fusion and Lumina are, well, they're pretty self-explanatory, aren't they? Just use them. So, that's pretty much how it works. I'll be using Lumina a little more than Fusion, mainly because of Fusion's ability to combo like crazy. There's Sunset, which doesn't mean much to me. I'm just gonna roll on up here. Okay, we're at 11 minutes. I think I can get the dog saved without issue. And there's Guard Lumpwood. Press square to talk to him. And just like that, I can head for the mountain. Alright, so head on left, and slowly but surely we need to... Whoa, one thing we need to do here, first off, there's Bincho number 3. Whack at it. And there is Soldier Lardwick, who's actually important later in this chapter. Oh boy. Fortunately, I know where he is, so that won't be too much of an issue. Anyway. Alright, so obviously you see that big guy, which you can't really deal with anything. So what you need to do is actually use Fusion on this Magician. Hit that, and you gain the Shrink ability. Press the circle button to miniaturize your enemies. Then stomp on them to make pancakes. 10 Bincho points of use. This is actually only needed for this one scenario. And that's it. Shoot. Okay, maybe I did that wrong. Yeah, I totally did it wrong. At least I can crush you and that's it. Fortunately, it does not respawn like most other enemies in the game. And then there's this thing.
This must be the mutt the mayor was talking about.
How to save the dog. Get the dog and bring him back to the village. Touch the dog by using the directional buttons. Then carry him with either the triangle or square. While carrying him, you can yeet him by pressing the same button. Falls into the river, he'll return to where the bone is.
Well, here goes nothing.
Kinda weird because he's able to go upstream. Whatever. Get up here and yeet. And I'm just going to... You are annoying. Unfortunately, I can't jump. So I'll just do that. There you are. Go ahead and... Yeah, you're not doing anything. Like at all. Slowly but surely. And that's how it works.
Hey, wait! Oh, well. Now that the mud is back, I can ask the mayor about the 5 scrolls.
Unfortunately, it's 9 o'clock and that guy is probably asleep. We're also at closing 15 minutes, so I think this would be a decent time to end the video, mainly because we did quite a little bit, and the next little bit's going to take some time as well. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.